Felicia Madura, President.
Ellen Sheldon, Recording Secretary.
Monica Kowalski, Executive Secretary.
Vice President.
Rich Zick is our treasurer, is not present. We do have a quorum, we can conduct business. We have a four-person quorum. The form of the board meeting is to allow members to discuss business and allow the members, homeowners to attend, listen, and understand the business activities of the HOA. The discussion of topics during the board meeting is strictly reserved to the board unless motion is made by the board to open discussion on a subject with homeowners. Questions, concerns, and comments will be addressed as time allows at the end of the meeting. The board meetings are being recorded for preservation of information and record of the association. Context of these meetings applies to the members of the Old Renwick Trail HOA and is not intended to be distributed to parties outside the homeowners association, its vendors, and contracted associates. The first order of business is to review and approve the meeting minutes from November, and we said we're going to table those
Till the first meeting of 2018.
Should be in January. Tim, can you go over our financials, please?
So, year-to-date 2017, we had budgeted for income $44,086. As of today's date, we have $46,671 in income, so we overachieved that. Some of that additional income is for prior years' assessments that we were able to collect. And then in regards to expenses, we outlooked a total of $44,086. And as of today's date, we're at $39,451. So in all categories for expenses, we're either at the target number or below in regards to the actual expense as of today's date. And then we have some additional income that came in on late fees of $910. So we're right on target. Actually, we're going to be over target on income, and we'll be below or meet the expectation for expenses. The bank account, one account has $10,721, and the second account has $3,828. That's the financial.
Thank you. All right, old business, neighborhood watch. Bob, would you like to report?
Just that the police have increased their patrol because of the cars being egged. That is the main thing going on right now. Apparently 5 or 6 cars in the last week and a half have been affected. Most cars have been parked on the street, no cars affected on driveways as far as I know. Police were never contacted when it happened. So they are increasing patrols in the evening, so hopefully that'll stop some of the egging. Also, the Plainfield Central, I posted on the Facebook page that they're going to be doing a World War II reenactment tomorrow throughout the afternoon. So if you hear gunshots, they're going to be actually shooting artillery. It's blanks, but it's going to be fairly loud. We probably will hear it in our neighborhood. So if you hear gunfire, that's what that is. And that's all I have.
We hear it from the pure rotten gun. On Sunday mornings, we can hear it, so maybe we will hear that.
Yeah, possibility.
Possibility.
Those guns are probably a lot louder too. So.
All right, thank you, Bob. Moving on to events. Pat?
At this point, we're having a little bit of problem because our Santas are already booked for other events, not events, but other obligations. So we do have one more possibility, and because of the late time frame with me having my own event, probably we're going to shoot for next week, Saturday. Both our Santa and Santa Sub are both unavailable, so we're trying to get that for that day. I wish it would have been this weekend because the weather is phenomenal, but it is what it is. No, we haven't said anything. Last year, I think it was 12 to 2, right?
Yeah, it was, I think you're right.
If anybody here has a comfy chair we can borrow, because they got rid of theirs, and this is where we got it from. They got rid of it.
That was comfort.
Yeah, well, they fell apart, so they fell apart, so they got rid of them. I wish they would've said, if we'd have known, that we could've taken it and doctored it, you know, just for the day, but, and I could've stored it in my garage, it's not a big deal, you know, it's a chair, I could go out there and sit, get away from everything. But so we need a comfy chair, and there's a potential, other Santa Claus, so probably we will go on the 9th, from 12 to 2. Tentative, that's tentative. The signs will go up as quick as I can get confirmation.
So if we don't have a Santa, we're going to kibosh it for this year?
I would think, I mean, you can't say come see Santa if there's no Santa. Nobody cares about seeing the elves.
Right.
I mean, really.
Okay.
Then we were talking about reinstilling the Christmas decorating contest. And what we're looking for is, if anyone knows a place that can donate a prize, instead of using cash amounts, to give out restaurant gift cards or whatever, instead of cash money. I know I can get from one of the places that donated for the Fall Fest. I told the guy, I go, boy, I blew it, I gave them all out at one time. He goes, hey, if you need more, just let me know. So, I mean, that's one option. So we need, you know, people that know people who know people who know people, and otherwise I gotta pound the pavement. Maybe they'll give to me because they'll have sympathy. It worked when I was pregnant.
Okay. All right. Moving on, new business. We have the 2018 budget we need to review and vote on. Has everybody had a chance here to review it?
Previously.
Do we want to make a motion to open the floor to questions?
Make a motion to open the floor to questions.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
If possible, a budget proposal for landscaping?
You can actually give that to
Oh,
Selden.
you have a proposal here?
Thank you.
Yeah, we call it. Yeah, I'll bring it in and somebody might call you with more details, okay? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any questions?
Concerning this budget here?
Yeah.
Budget? First of all, do you have an expense report as of today's date to hand out?
No.
No.
I can print you one.
I think we could have probably had one here for the homeowners to see what the breakdown of what's been spent so far and on what.
Well,
So
normally that'll go out at the end of the year.
I'm speaking to Tim here.
Well, normally that'll go out at the
I'm
end of the
speaking,
year.
okay, speaking to Tim here.
So, yeah, I mean, just like Felicia said, normally we send that out at the end of the year with the new letter with the assessment. But if you guys want, I can send you a copy.
Well, it's something to look at, just to see, to compare
always
with
had those.
what's being budgeted and why it's being
We
budgeted.
always had those.
So, do we know the actual cost of the insurance? Usually they don't send you a bill till March, so we usually go with the current year. So what's been the current year's insurance cost
As of today, it's 2408.
as of today and as of the rest of the year, of course? Unless, are you expecting any other fees or
I don't know
payments?
how it's set up, so I don't know if it's a monthly payment or if it's a quarterly payment.
You don't
I
know?
think it's quarterly.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
So the last quarter's been paid then?
Like I said, I don't know the details on it, I just can tell
What do you mean
what
you don't
is
know the
approved.
details? You're the management company. How are you
Yeah,
gonna not
I'm
know
getting your
if our
system.
insurance has not been
I've got
paid?
20 other associations, I can tell you if they pay monthly or.
You're not gonna
quarterly.
tell me if the last quarter insurance payment has been made and
Hey,
you're the
I can
management
tell you
company?
tomorrow. Like, I could look in the system.
Well, you're obviously telling us 33, so we're gonna go with $2,400, because That's,
No, you shouldn't go with 24.
That's
You should
based
go
on
with
what I
33. That's what we outlined.
that's based on what I remember it being.
Dave, I'll answer your question tomorrow when I have the data. I'm not gonna answer it today without the data.
All right. The legal and professional fees, what is that gonna be used for?
Same thing it's always been used for in all the years previous
For
budgets.
collections, it starts out with collection.
It's for collections.
Anybody past due,
Okay, so are you saying that's money that's not gonna be reimbursed to the
it will
association?
be eventually be reimbursed.
So then why are we're having to fork out for it then?
Hey, you were on the board, you.
Yeah, I was on the board.
So you usually fork out at first, so the attorney can.
No, we never, the attorney always forked out. We never forked out
It's
anything.
impossible.
No, that's
He,
not
he,
true.
he collected when he
When he-
collected from the homeowners.
Yeah, after, when he collects from the homeowner, then the association gets reimbursed.
No, association money was not used for that. I got a proposal here from 16, and there's no legal expenses on it,
Okay.
so.
Okay, anybody else?
All
have any
right.
There's a
questions?
The-
check right here where
the
the check is, it's in the checkbook.
Okay.
Where his was paid
Mhm.
for legal fees
Okay,
prior to that money coming back into the association.
prior for it going back into the association, right? So I
It
mean,
was paid-
why should we
No,
pay
right.
$2,500 in budget for that and have to pay for that when it's money that's gonna be going back into the account once it's collected?
For the same reason it always has been budgeted for. It was in your budgets as well.
Yeah, but we never had an itemized legal expense
You had
for
no
that.
we do.
expenses in previous
Okay.
year budgets.
Now we
Right.
do.
We're doing it right now.
So,
Anybody else
the
have
mon-
any?
the
Excuse
monument-
me,
I'm not done
excuse me.
yet.
You have one question, then we go
No,
to
let
another
me-
person.
no, let me ask, no, I can't answer questions now?
You can, but there's
Let me-
other people in the room.
Does anybody else want to ask a question before I finish?
I wanna know why you continue to ask the same thing, that's what I wanna know. I'm sorry, just wondering. I thought the purpose of the new board was to move forward, not to keep going backwards.
Well, that's right. We used to budget at $36,435, and now it's 44, and I want to know why.
Well, let me.
Is there something wrong with that?
Go up, yeah.
What's
Now we
going, what's,
actually have a real management company
yeah,
now.
Well, let's-
what's going on?
Let's clarify something here.
All right.
The budget was how much? At $105, our budget was,
$36,415.
The budget
Okay.
in 2017 was 44,000.
in
And
2011.
it was for the
association's-
previous 10 years
Let me
before
answer your
that.
question,
In
Abe.
2011, the association's total spending was $45,357.17. In 2012, the association's total spending was $37,553.66. In 2013, the association's entire spending was $35,736.14.
Okay.
In 2014, it was $37,398.75, and in 2015, it was $39,725.02.
Okay.
So why did it go
So
up?
1, 2, 3, 4 of those years, we were over budget.
So why has it gone up?
It's gone up because expenses go up.
What-
If you,
And
here,
I'm trying to find out what expenses.
here, if you would like to review this.
$1,400.
Here's our ComEd went up. In 2012, we paid $38.98. In 2013,
That
we
didn't-
paid $38.37. In 14, we paid $40.81.
Can I stop you
And
right
in
there?
15 and 40, we paid $40.
ComEd and electricity can be adjusted by the board.
True.
The timers could be set to conserve energy.
We have.
You don't have to spend
Pat, let me ask you this,
$4,500.
has your ComEd bill at
Okay,
home gone up?
so it's not like it went up because, you know,
You know what, just
we
shut
were
them
using the
off.
same,
Then we don't have to listen to
we're using the same usage. That could be adjusted.
Right, but has your
But I'm
ComEd
not,
bill at home
I'm
gone
not
up?
questioning the electricity, am I?
You are, because you're
brought it up.
asking
You
why
said
things
it.
have gone up.
Oh, no.
So I'm answering.
I'm not,
ComEd is
I
one of
haven't even.
The second
I
big
haven't-
expense that we have
Oh.
is, they're
My question was
basically-
$1,400 for
You didn't
monument
even ask
maintenance.
that question yet,
That's
so
because we would like to look at it and clean it, and you being a former
Okay.
board member are well aware that when
Do
you
you
budget
have an
an amount,
estimate?
can you let me finish?
Do you have an estimate to show somebody that it's gonna
He
cost
doesn't
that?
know how to
We
like-
don't know yet, because we're
You don't know
looking
yet,
at
but
the
you want us
budget. We
to
got
to
check
approve a
every
budget
week.
for it.
We're not
we are all
asking you to
civilized
approve it.
people here, we can just talk nice, you don't need to get hostile. Abe, you know things have to be budgeted for.
Sure.
We have.
I did it
issues
for a
that we
long
have
time,
to
so I
budget
should
for.
know, yes.
Wait, you won't even let anybody talk, that's rude. We have budgeted for things we think we need. People have voted us
Think you
in to
need.
represent them and run the association. They have put their trust in
Mm-hmm.
us. we have, with the help of our management company, drawn up this budget. You know that that's not necessarily everything on this budget is going to be used, but we're
Well, then you wanna ask
budgeted
the
for.
rest, yeah.
No.
So then
Doesn't
attack
mean
me
it
or
has
what?
to be used, it's
Because you know every time I
budgeted
ask the
for,
question, you're gonna
allowed
attack.
for. The money is there
Just
to
for
be
what they
allowed
think,
for.
not what they know.
347.
Things
Did
don't
you
come
wanna ask?
free.
So essentially, what I was, to finish my statement is, when you budget for something, and you should know this, when you budget for something, that is your cap. So whether you spend that cap or less, your goal is to always, of course, spend less. But you wanna make sure that you're covered for that particular cost.
Okay. Well, you have $2,000 for special events. What is it that you're thinking of doing?
The same things that we've done in the past,
Last
the egg
year-
hunt.
That are gonna cost $2,000.
We don't know yet.
You don't know
Uh,
yet.
I
We don't know yet.
I do know that the special events that we've had up to date have come from board members' donations.
Oh,
We
okay.
can't do that anymore.
We only have
The community
Well, then
has
just-
to-
well, then
excuse
don't
me,
do it.
I'm
Who's
speaking.
asking
Would
for
you
it?
like to donate?
Who,
Would you like
who's,
to help
I
us
know.
out?
who's asking for it?
A
So we can lower the budget?
special events,
Mhm.
we would like to reinstill the Easter egg hunt.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you spend on the Easter egg hunt?
We got over $1,000 donation from a lot of
Okay.
people that,
It costs $2,000 to run the Easter
sure,
egg hunt.
sure.
But I know for a fact that last time we ran the Easter egg hunt, someone offered you the check to cover our Easter egg expenses, and you said, don't worry, they don't need it.
Who's that?
I don't have to say.
No, that's not true.
When
It
did
is
the
true.
Easter egg hunt start up again? There were years when we didn't have one, didn't we?
Because of the weather and the timing.
Right.
Now, what we're trying to do is make sure we have enough money. We had $185 budgeted this year for special events. $185.
Okay.
The year before, it cost people up here
Well,
over
Shouldn't the-
$500.
shouldn't the homeowners have a say-so as to whether if they want
Alright,
to
we
spend
have-
$2,000 for events and increase their dues by that?
No, because they elected us to represent them.
So we don't have a say-so?
We
Yes,
have
you do.
projected
Then what am I even
what
doing
our
here?
max is.
We have 347 homes in a
I don't know.
subdivision, and you represent only one home, which is yours. Okay?
I
Yes,
have a question.
go ahead.
So if things are not going well, I think our last newsletter said our assessment for 2018 was not going up.
That is
Correct.
correct.
So that's good, right? I'm just a stupid person, I have no idea.
It is good.
That's good. So
is.
that means 2017 went well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
We have a management company that is making sure that people are paying their dues. That makes a huge difference.
So question number two, when you kind of carrying on with a bit, I mean, it's not a business, but it's kind of like a business. You do want to project probably a little higher, because then it looks good at the end when, hey, we budgeted for 2,000, only used 15, we have excess.
7,480
So I
more.
think that's right? I'm just trying to understand.
Thank you.
Our last event, we had $185 in the budget, and I ran the event for $140. We would lowball. The kids had a riot, we used stuff that we still had, so of course we didn't spend that much. But I still didn't get reimbursed, Tim. Anyways, $140 ran what got us the
No
event.
expense report.
If we had budgeted $800 for it, we would have used maybe 150 or 200. I watched because I only had that much in the budget for the whole year
That's
for
about the
events.
reserve, I don't
Our
know.
Santa event doesn't cost us anything. Somebody donates the stuff for the Santa event. Last year, the Fall Fest, we donated everything. There probably was $600 worth of stuff.
This is what they budgeted last
And
year.
it came out of our pockets because we
The fountain hasn't-
there was
the
nothing
monument
budgeted.
hasn't got tons
This
done.
way, we want to
So
make
where'd the
sure that
money
there's
go?
stuff budgeted. If we
See
go
what this
under,
meeting's
we
done.
go under. And I'm sure we will, because I'm not gonna spend the money just because it's there.
Well, I know, but that's the projection is we're gonna use this, but if it doesn't, it's not like it could be dispersed someplace else, used
Right.
someplace else. I'm just trying to understand, so I think.
Yeah,
I got
no,
it
you're
now.
right.
Okay.
It doesn't move over to someplace else.
Right.
It's
It's
gotta
staying
stay in
there.
that
I mean, not
category.
everything is perfect, but we are trying, I mean.
Oh, I 100% believe you are trying. When you can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other
Also,
questions?
if since people
Yeah,
get
the
donations.
22-26
was
reserve,
speaking to
why,
you.
she asked me if I had any more questions. I think you've spoken enough, Pat. The thing is you like to take the whole meeting and make it about Pat.
There's no-
Can I finish speaking? Can I finish speaking?
Yeah.
Can I, she asked, is there any more questions? And I'm asking, what's the reserve for?
No,
This is
this is
enough.
just
If the association incurs unexpected costs, well, then that's what a special assessment is for, which is what they've already practiced. So what's the reserve for?
Can somebody please second my motion?
What is your question?
What is the 22-26 reserve for?
It goes into reserves.
For what?
You're on the
Unexpected
board and you don't
expenses.
understand it?
Yeah.
A reserve account is what
Okay.
every association should have in order to prepare for unexpected expenses.
What other?
On the off chance that somebody runs into our front monument and completely destroys it,
Okay,
how do you repair that?
Okay.
that's why we have insurance.
True, but there's other things that can go on in the neighborhood. What if there's a tornado? What if,
That's why
there's a
we
tornado?
have insurance to cover that.
Why did
Hey,
you
but
have
the
$19,000
model for
in
any,
reserve?
any association.
Look, if that were to happen and we came across unexpected costs, well then you guys would produce a special assessment for it.
But why do that? Why do that when we can do?
Why?
this?
Because, well, I don't know, you've done it already.
Okay, do you have a savings account at home?
You did it once already.
Chris, you
Why
have a
wouldn't you
business.
do it
Does
again?
your business have a savings account? that
Doesn't
you-
mine? Yes, multiple.
Okay.
That's the same.
Why
thing.
do you have that?
Because it's for business for me. I mean, I have to save just because when if there's slow times, anything emergency, new equipment purchasing, anything like that.
Unforeseen expenses.
Unforeseen
Absolutely,
expenses,
yeah.
correct? Okay, the association is run the same way. The association has to have emergency expenses.
A fund.
Any other questions?
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to close the open session.
I second that.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'd
All
like
right,
to make a
is there
motion
any
to go
other-
into executive session.
So we have to vote on it.
We have to
Still
vote
on
on
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to vote on it. So does anybody else up here have any more questions, concerns, anything that we need to address?
No, the only thing that I looked at, which we already discussed, was not having the newsletters. And
Right.
We have to,
Well, but
I know,
That's
I'm just saying
transparency.
That will save a lot of
that,
money.
that, is it because we're doing electronic? Because if that's the case, then
They
this
used to be
money.
really pro
well,
about
that's an
it.
option
No,
we
they're
can
not.
look into, because not everybody, Rich Campbell, for example, mentioned at the last meeting. Like, it's not something we can do entirely,
Right.
because there are a lot of people that still
It
use
has to be an
computers.
option.
So it has to be an option, but it is definitely a way to,
Reduce that
Cut
cost.
expenses.
right.
Okay,
Landscape
so it
improvements,
states
that
this,
would be,
and
it
we're
that we
looking
need?
into reducing the number that go out paper and mostly electronic. Okay, all right, that was my only question.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2018 budget for Old Renwick Trail.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What are we doing here?
Okay. Meeting dates for 2018
Okay, nice.
was the last topic on the list. Do we want to keep
Waste of time.
the January every other month?
Maybe I should just leave.
So we're looking at January, March, May, July, September, and November. I did look into, Survey Monkey. They don't require people to log in or anything, they can just put their answers. So that's still an option, so we can query the neighborhood and find out if there is a better day or time that everybody would prefer to have meetings. It's not a Tuesday, it's a Wednesday, it's a, whatever. So I think that can get done prior to then, so we at least have a better idea. Any other business?
That I heard from Jennifer
Yes.
about the, she presented the budget, and we are, into the budget for pond treatments again this year.
Okay.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it made it. And also, we are budgeted in their, on the budget for burn of
And that little
Hidden
pond.
Pond, yes. Like she said, this year they had one neighborhood they never got to because of the weather conditions. It was either too wet or too windy. But they will work it in, and when they do that, they will come and put tags on the neighbors all in the area and tell them that,
Yeah.
you know, that it's going to be
Right,
happening
right.
that week or whatever, so,
Right. Tags on their doors?
Yeah.
yes. Like a little
Because-
hanger.
Okay, all right.
And they will
It'd be
put some
nice, it'd
signs
be
up.
nice if we knew too, so we
They
could
brought
do
no
an email
contracts.
blast.
Sure,
as
you know.
well.
Should
Yeah,
ask them.
yeah.
She said they'll put a
Do
sign
they
back
have
by
any
the car, not
contracts
that you
with
can
them?
see it, but the people that are in that vicinity will have name tags on their doors.
Okay. It's just the,
Hopefully we have nice weather.
yeah, I mean, the smoke alone might disturb people that are even not on that block, so
I'm sure.
we should send an email blast out.
She said she would notify me and let me know, so we can jump on it.
Anything else? You want to make a motion to open your discussion for the
Ask them
homeowners?
if they have any contracts. Yeah, anything. For any Ask anyone.
You want to make a
Ask
motion
anyone.
to open the board to discussion? Well, that's the budget.
Ask anyone.
I'll,
You guys bring any contracts to review and look at.
I'll
I mean,
second it.
I usually budgeted the budget according to the contracts, and what we were gonna actually spend, not what we think we were gonna spend.
All right, any,
Do you guys have copies of like contracts for landscaping, like, or the bids at least? Do you
I
have
had-
those?
I had, yeah, we have.
Or the
Okay.
fountain, or
Can
monument
you email those to me?
cleaning,
Copies of those?
that you guys been shopping, you got any of them?
Yep.
can I ask why you guys are so interested in that?
I don't know, you guys were. You know how it is, you've been on this side of the table.
Watching where our money's being spent.
You know, you're
Now.
doing a budget based on your projected expenses, but you don't have any contracts to show what you're basing it on.
We're talking about next year.
It's basically all what you think.
no, there were two bids sought for the monument cleaning. I believe one was, and the range was so large, one was $800 and one went all the way up to 3,000, didn't it, or something crazy? So we averaged it out. It was two different companies. We've heard a lot of different things from different people. Right Way Power Washing, here's an estimate.
Okay. So if you got one,
$850.
all right, so then why are you budgeting at 14
It's
for
an
it?
estimated budget.
Because it's an estimate, Dave.
Perhaps-
You should understand this
Right.
already, having been on the board.
yeah.
This is something you
Okay.
should completely have a grasp
Not
of.
Sure.
next
Hey,
to the
So-
stove.
Abe, would you like a pot to stir? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
we
think
got-
your stuff is
well,
like spilling out.
You know,
all
yeah,
over.
being on the board, we got it done.
I'll get you a pot.
Yeah, we got it done one time for 300, so that's why I'm just curious as to what the
Well, it's
1,400 is.
Fantastic,
long
then why
time
don't
ago,
you pass
Abe.
that information over?
Okay, well,
Wouldn't that be helpful?
yeah, maybe,
Perhaps.
oh, yeah,
So here's another estimate for $3,750.
okay.
Acres Group had $250.
Oh, well, there you
Irish
go.
Spring had $300.
All right, so
And
why
each
are we
offered
budgeting
different
1,400?
services. Are you listening, or are you just gonna chit chat with
He
Chris?
Well,
needs a pot to stir.
I'm listening, but you're not telling us what you're
I'm
gonna
telling
do,
you
what you're gonna go
exactly what
with.
you asked.
Just go
I
on.
have a question.
Yes or no? You asked if we had the estimates, here they are.
Mhm.
Okay, let's
Moving on.
Yes.
Well, let me think about my question, so it comes out correctly. I'll come back to you.
All right, Stephanie, your hand was raised. You have a
Do
question?
you have any, like, prior lists of what was spent how, I guess, yearly, or something like that, to show, like, either increases or decreases in things, or the variability in what was chosen, or who was doing services, or any kind of thing like that?
We've got,
Because I know that if you go to Celtic and ask for some of these things that you're permitted to have, they usually will just give it to you,
Mhm.
rather than continually coming and asking and asking and asking for something.
Well,
That is a
we've
truthful
got-
statement, you're right.
We put together a spreadsheet with our 4 biggest expenses, which was ComEd, landscaping, fountains, and our management company. I already went through the ComEd.
I'm not allowed to
Landscaping,
ask questions then.
2011, we paid Abe's Lawn Service $11,055. In 2012, we paid Abe's Lawn Service $8,470. In 2013, we paid AIDS Lawn Service $8,985. In 2014, we paid AIDS Lawn Service $8,125. In 2015, we
pretty
paid
much
Hawthorne
all
and
in what
D&J
we're paying now.
Landscaping $4,316. In 2016, we paid Acres Group $6,477. And in 2017, we paid Acres Group $5,986.
So it went down considerably getting bids, finding.
For our fountain-
And
Well-
they do a good job.
How could that be?
Okay.
Well,
And our
I'll tell you how
fountains?
that could be, because
We are
there was a
not- she did not
landscaper.
finish
Wait, no, let me
answering
defend
my
that.
question.
No, let me,
No,
let
I
me,
did not ask
let me
you a
defend, let me
question.
def-
I asked the
no,
board.
let me
You
defend
do
that.
Have the
There was
floor
more,
remain.
there was,
You do not
there was
have
more
the
services
floor.
requested by the board members,
You do
which her
not
husband was
have
on,
the
okay?
floor.
We
You
got
do
mulch, we
not
got
stop.
bushes
You have
taken
to
out, we got,
Okay, so moving on.
No, I
Mhm.
have my question now,
Yes,
okay?
okay.
Yeah.
And this is it. I've been in this neighborhood for 16 years, okay? 16 years.
it's funny that you ask and they had readily the answers for you, but when I asked for you, for questions,
Abe, would you
there's
stop?
no
Everybody's
answer.
sick of your bullshit,
No.
I've listened to you for a
Everybody's
long
tired of your
Well, yeah, well, we know why you're here. You know, you guys are all in a clique, you guys are all in
Oh
it
my
together,
God.
and we ain't gonna
Yeah.
get anywhere with
I'm
me.
sorry that
Yeah.
you don't have.
Keep asking.
I
It's very nice that your question got conveniently answered
Go
just
ahead.
like that.
Just like a
homeowner,
Okay?
just like you are.
But
You wouldn't let
this
me
man
finish
can't
it.
provide me an expense report, and they can't give me any answers. Really nice. Really nice.
He
That
answers
really
the
worked
phone,
out really
Abe.
nice.
He
Yeah, it
answers
did.
the
Convenient.
phone.
It
This
did.
from the
Nice.
man who would not.
Good,
give
now
up.
to be
Alright,
quiet.
See, I'm not the only
Turn
one.
over
I
the
guess everybody's
paperwork,
left,
Abe.
because everybody got
Bye.
tired of this
Over.
bullshit.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night, thank you. Anybody else, please?
Can I finish?
Please finish,
I'm
please.
sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Fucking
So
asshole.
since I'm being recorded, I believe, anyway. Been in
Yeah,
this
well, you
neighborhood
are.
16 years, okay? First, this is my home, this is my neighborhood. I never saw a neighborhood decrease in, or even I even wanted to care what was going on with the board until the last 6 or 7 years when this whatever you call it, was there and we had to deal with KISS. It was I mean, I don't understand if I'm missing something.
Where we lived before, we had dues that were due monthly.
We're monthly.
Not
So
even
am
yearly.
I missing
And
something
we weren't
that?
getting,
that
the kind of attention we're
I know,
getting
but
now.
now it's being
So,
demanded, so.
So, but
you know,
here's the deal.
You guys are
It's-
doing the best you can with what you got. We appreciate
So I
that.
keep it
Thank you.
simple. I want to keep my life simple. When I look and I get a newsletter and my newsletter says my assessment is not going up for 2018, I do believe something's going right. Am I wrong to think that? I don't think so.
No.
When you have a management company that answers the phone when you call right away, and it doesn't go to a voicemail, I'm sorry, the management company that we had before was horrible. And if this man who was whatever he was, our president, thought that was good, I don't comprehend. A conflict of interest is when the landscaper is also to me, that's a conflict of interest on why I want to get involved and make sure things are going copacetic. The reason people are probably not here is because of that. Not because of the underground, not because of his Facebook and your Facebook. It's because people are sick and tired of this. They're going to come and listen to the same thing. But clearly when you have a vote, obviously they spoke. They don't need to be here every week asking for a budget because we've trusted who we put. But we need to move forward or the neighborhood is going to continue. It's gone immensely up. If this continues, it's going to decline again and people aren't going to get
Yes,
it.
that's what he wants.
So it's sad that he can't sit and listen. So Chris, I hope you're listening. Just put it out there.
Why is that directed towards me? I am listening. I've been part of the neighborhood for it's 15 years now, very much like you. And, you know, I've been on the board in the past, and I've just seen it go to absolute hell in a handbag
so,
over
though?
the past year.
How?
Well, over the past few years, it's just gone to hell. You know, a lot of the, you know, not only
He said
the
in
dues
the past
increased, the
years. We have not gotten
communications.
any
Increased
in
once,
4 years.
hon, once since we've been here. You and I paid the same rate. It went up once just to get us out of a mess.
Right, that was the initial.
And it has not gone up in 18. So,
Well, it went up this past year.
how
We
would
had
you
a
like
couple
to
increases.
pay $225 per month?
That's what
We are
we're
probably
paying.
the only subdivision in anywhere that pays yearly.
Mhm.
And it's under $150?
Right.
And you think it's gone to shit?
I just feel that from when I was on the board and I volunteered and put a lot of time in, just see where it's kind of gone, and with just the amount of miscommunication.
But you
and
don't
this
see
issue-
something wrong with the president also being the landscaper? And then you turn around and you see bids that come back
But I also see
$4,000
all our reserves
cheaper.
being squandered and thrown in
How
illegal
so?
and stuff that's not
How
even being
so?
won.
How so? I
How so?
seen these guys out cutting down dead trees.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was out there too. But the
You
thing
were
is,
picking up the wood we cut. God damn it, I am so tired of your lies.
May I ask?
Honest to God, you
Wow.
didn't do one thing to help us
Chris,
except
may-
laugh and pick up the wood.
But Chris, all I'm trying to say is if all I'm trying to say to
Honestly.
you is, if you're making your own decisions based on your own decision, that's fine. But I see a lot of manipulation, and that's what I'm uncomfortable with. Let me tell you real quick, I wish he was here, because he doesn't remember. He tries to go around and tell everybody that this group up here bashed. I called this man a few years ago, because he was the president, to find out why the association's not answering my phone call. I want a permit. I want to put a permit in. They're not answering, they're not answering. And you know what I got? Almost a 2-hour conversation, my bad for listening, about her husband. And I'm like, I think I need to get a little more involved because something's not right. And then I found out what was going on. I got a $700 bill from KISS. I hadn't even gotten one assessment bill. I got one assessment bill that was normal, and that's what I was paying. All of a sudden, he comes back to me and says, we owe almost $700. From where? And he still never, and
Couldn't
I
even provide dates.
couldn't even provide dates or
No.
anything that I owed. Yes, that was our management company. So this is what
The
I'm trying
management company that
to,
got
if you
fined
want
for
two
not
sides or
having a
you want to
management
listen,
license.
really listen. This is the first time our community is actually progressing. Because seriously, I didn't even know that man. I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was. And I found out that day who he was. And that scared me enough to really pay attention, to get involved. Shame on me for not being involved sooner. And now I'll make sure I'm involved to watch. And I'll watch them. Just as men, I'll watch just as I'll listen. But enough is enough. If this continues, it's not because of them.
well, I
It's
don't know why you're
because of him.
pigeoning me like right now, because he's got his own opinion,
Well,
his
Well,
own
but
thing.
you have your own opinion of us too.
I
and
just wish instead of
we all know that that's not good.
yeah.
um,
Now's the
Well, I'm
time
trying to find information. I've reached out to Celtic many times, and I've gotten delays or no answers for a long time, just because I want to
No
know.
problem.
You know, everyone has a
We
side.
walked
of
into
story.
the office over
We're
there.
one of 60
Sure. Always somebody
companies
there.
and 60 associations. They can't drop everything for us.
But yet you have received information, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
But you
but
think,
then when I do have questions, it's been
But you think it
takes
was
a long
better
time.
when KISS was in charge?
I don't know. I don't think we were. I
You do not
Did
know?
you ever-
didn't really had any. I didn't have any problems back
I
then.
can
You
say
know.
that
You
I
are
don't
not
want a
supposed to-
person
but hold
who
on.
comes to a homeowners meeting drunk managing our association. And he came drunk in 2015.
Did you give him a breathalyzer to check?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's how
But
can you
here's the-
make that assumption?
Because he stood right at my face and he breathed at my face, which was unbelievable. I wanted to pass out. And he could not speak clearly. So,
Wow.
Chris, the man did not belong managing us. Thank God he's not anymore. And that we have a company that's above.
And
Legally,
And
he couldn't
beyond.
even
He
represent
couldn't
us.
represent us legally either.
Well,
So all I'm
in your
saying to you is, it's better for us to be involved and be proactive instead of antagonizing and bitching and moaning. You run a business, this is simple. I mean, this is simple mathematics, simple accounting. There's no rocket science to this accounting.
Well, and the thing I think that needs to be, this is what bothers me, because this is what I can't understand. We are looked at like we're on one side and you're on the other side, okay? We're all still homeowners here,
Yeah.
okay? I don't want my home value going down, just like you don't. And when it's time to pay our assessments, we pay the same amount. So any decisions that we make affects all of us. I know you think that we're just in it for us for some reason, but wrap your head around that and think about how absurd
But I
it
never
actually
said that
is.
I was. I'm just more
It's-
so looking at the numbers and what's going on in spending and all the money that's
said
been
it in
spent
so
on
many
legal.
words. So
Then
many
go
times.
sit at, I can't beg you enough, go sit at Celtic and go through the
Celtic.
records, Chris. The checkbooks are there, the bank statements are there, okay?
Wait,
We're
let
not
me-
sitting up here
let's clarify.
lying and projecting all this
You
nonsense.
have asked in the past for anything that was 2015 and back, very scant at best, because the man who sat next to you has not turned over the paperwork that you're asking for. There's no meeting minutes.
It is nothing,
None.
basically. It's
There are
basically
no
nothing.
invoices.
Nothing, huh?
Basically
There are,
nothing.
there are
Skimpy.
bank
Very
books that you know how they have the tear off check and then there's a thing, a ledger.
Yeah,
that
ledger on the
has
side.
There's some of that. There's so much that's missing, Chris. And I don't remember if you, let me finish so he understands. I don't remember if you were present during one meeting that was at the church. Abe spoke, and we have it on recording, that he'll give it to us when he feels like it.
He told me, you write me a list of what you want, I'll get it for you.
So he still has
said he
it,
didn't have
and if
anything.
you want it, go to him and get it, and then give it to us.
Okay.
Because that's all we've been asking for. We have not received it.
Oh, wow.
Because you should know just as well as anybody else, you cannot run a business without records.
Of
If
course.
somebody handed you a business with absolutely no records, what would you do?
Yeah, you can't do
You
anything
have to
unless.
get something.
Would you pay
You have to
anybody
work
without
off.
Hell no.
invoices.
Hell
You
no.
know.
People were paid without invoices.
Wow.
And you
So-
know,
And I
And some
mean-
people that were present that aren't anymore present in the room.
And you know, the other thing is, our last meeting, which was very wild, like you and Mrs. and Mr. Logan and Abe, you were talking about how amazing our community is, and we have so many amazing people, and I was wondering, and I'm pretty sure I was not the only one. Okay, if we have so many, like, you know, Mrs. Logan said, oh, we have so many amazing people here. Why don't you volunteer? If you feel like, you know, you can do so much good here, why don't you volunteer? They have, as far as I know, they have some kind of a foundation, kindness,
Yeah, kindness.
or whatever.
Hmm.
As far as I know, they never offered to make any kind of a even small donation to our subdivision.
And I
Never.
was going to ask him, well, if we had the events and we had donations,
But she
You
had
are
this
one of our
beautiful
owners.
speech, you know, that yes, you know, we have so many amazing people here and we should help each other. Yeah, well, beautiful, but let's just set the example. Let's just help. She never, or you know, or you. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't mean it personally.
He volunteered last year. him and
Yeah, I
his
know
wife
you did.
volunteered
I
last
know
year.
for the fall festivals.
Yep.
Yes. But you know, we are looking for volunteers. We are looking for donations.
if he wanted, he sponsored the Easter egg events, I was going to ask him, would you like to sponsor so we can use less of that $2,000? And he shot me down. He didn't even let me ask him.
Or you know, the Santa event. I mean, it would be perfect for her if she would even offer, or anybody else. We are always looking for people. No one is willing. And like I said, we have 347 houses in the subdivision. And we were cutting the trees. It was just a board, basically. We had a couple of really nice homeowners who were helping, but it was
But
just
they were
basically the board.
probably, we could count them on one hand.
Yes.
But I mean,
No,
but the statement has been
it's-
made that we have done nothing but divide the community.
Yeah, it's really difficult, you know,
And
to just do for 5 people.
If you think about that, why would we seriously want to piss off 347 homes? Would you want to do that?
No.
No. So that's definitely not our goal. You know, I
For our
mean,
fall event, we
people
could-
don't, we're all adults, okay? This isn't high school. We all don't have to be friends and, you know, not everybody likes each other. That's a fact of life. But we should be able to work with each other. And we should be able to put our differences aside and work on things together to keep things moving forward. That doesn't mean I'm gonna call you for coffee, but it means that we can sit down as two adults and we can work out this issue or plan this event or do whatever it is that we need to do. We should be able to do that. We are all adults in order to keep our community moving forward. Regardless of whether or not you like me, shouldn't matter. It should simply be about working together to reach a common goal. make our community better, keep it nice, keep it clean, keep it, you know, keep our house values up. Everything that I said, that's what I meant. Because someday you're gonna sell your house and you don't want your house value to drop. And me too, I'm gonna sell my house and I don't want my values to drop.
Right.
And I don't wanna pay more dues. The whole reason we bought here was because the dues were cheaper than anywhere else, you know? So, no, I want the same things that everybody else wants. Live in a nice neighborhood, keep the dues low, and, you know, wave to your neighbor once in a while.
Yeah.
So I just, that's the part, you know, oh, you want to divide the community. Why would I want to do that? Why would anybody want to do that? I don't want to tick my neighbors off. I have to live next to these
No
people.
one wants to argue.
You know?
No,
I mean,
and that divides it, and the negativity that's
Now, in
constant,
our
that
full event,
divides
Amy
it,
could
and
have,
it's gotta
it
stop.
was before the, after the fact, we already had our full event. So next year we have this fall event again, we have vendors that come there and they can, like the roofing company came, the appliance company came, and, I can't remember, the three people were there, you. Amy could come there with her books. I bet she could sell 1 million of them books there. Well, not 1 million, but you know what I mean? I'm sure people would be interested, and they'd buy their kids those books. It's community, you know, it's a community. If you had a, well, if you wanted to sit there with a table for your, I don't remember the name, Great Furniture for Less.
Yeah, it's one of the companies.
I mean, you could sit there and vend your stuff, if that's what you want, but you don't have catalogs anymore, Chris, I tell you. But, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, that, she could come to the meeting, I mean, she could come there. We put the email blast, anyone want to come, any vendors in the community? We were gonna have the LuLaRoe lady this year. She backed out because of the weather, I think.
Well, no, and one of the things she said, I think it's a fantastic idea. It's something we need to reach out on Facebook. Hey, you know, everybody in Old Renwick Trail that has a small business that can perform a service for our association, call Celtic, put in a bid, you know.
I just had a wedding cake, my anniversary party, my cake came from an Old Renwick Trail person. My photography was done by an
Because, yeah,
Old
I mean,
Renwick
that's a
Trail person.
fantastic idea, and I'm all for supporting small business, but unless somebody comes up to us, we're not gonna go door to door knocking everybody's door and say, hey, do you own a small business? Hey, do you own a small business?
Question about that, light bulb goes off. You've had a great experience with 2 people within our community. Why can't we promote them on our Facebook page? Free advertising for them, and they belong to our community. I think that would be a great venue. You know, people could put comments. I use them. They're great. You know what I'm saying?
It probably would have to be a separate page, I'm thinking.
There's a place where you can have a separate page on Facebook for promotions. But I think it would be a nice thing to do for
We have a
people
lot
that
of
live in our
businesses,
community.
a lot of businesses. We
Yeah.
really do.
I mean, that should be something that should be done, like through the Facebook page, is actually ask who in the neighborhood owns a business, what do they do?
Right.
And then kind of submit that through. And then you could even set up where you have like polls where, you know, if they want to get involved or volunteer, or something like that, that could all be done through Facebook
We
very easily.
Yeah.
We had email blast asking for volunteers for the fall event. And there was one person came forward. I had to get on the horn and talk to the walking club from last year. And ladies all were coming, but stuff came up and they couldn't make it. One lady came with her son. And it was okay, because what we did was we divided things into sections, you know, and it worked out fine. But asking for volunteers was,
Yeah, and with emailing out even 347 homes, response rates on emails today is about 1 to 5%. So, I mean, that's going to be, I know, kind of tough. But I mean, if you give people, I think, enough time, you know, and kind of promote it through the Facebook page, and then send them emails, reminders, and ask them.
yeah, well, we did have it on the Facebook page several times. I put it under the events, and then Celtic sent, I think, 2 or 3 last emails. They sent some asking for volunteers when we first committed, and then we had the date, and then just.
It's usually like just a professional thing, which is, you know,
We should
volunteers,
get one of
volunteers,
those big
volunteers.
flashing
Yeah,
lights
like the neon
in the
sign.
front of our community. Volunteer.
You know, I think it might be a lot of the people in our community have small children. And they would be the people who may be more willing to volunteer, but they're going to be at the event with their child. Other people can't be bothered, you know, I think that's where we're coming from. They would volunteer, but they have their kids.
Right.
I mean, I know when Rich and Stephanie volunteer, they have the grandmas come and take the kids.
And you also have one Facebook for the actual homeowners, and you got another one against it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't help.
No, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right.
But see, I mean, this
It is what it
really-
is, and
But at least this is really nice, because now we can have
can have
nice
a discussion.
Talk like grown-ups.
I mean, really, seriously. We don't have to be yelling.
So the Facebook thing, you want me to look on there and create a section to promote?
Probably you can ask if anybody in the community has small businesses that.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
to start, create a section for promoting, small businesses within our community.
That's just taking care of your neighborhood, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Keep the money local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what
I'd rather give my
I
money
think
to
the
a
thing
neighbor
that
for
people
doing
to
something
be
than
careful
somebody
of
else.
is that on that page that we have like a disclaimer that
Well, I think that's what it is, like, as a, presenting as the association, you can't,
Criticize.
correct me if I'm wrong, Tim.
I can promote
You can't really, like.
No, I'm just looking at it because I wanted
Oh.
to see when was the last time there was even something posted on the page because, I mean, my marketing company, I mean, when it comes to like Facebook marketing, I mean, we actually have to engage with clients weekly, to actually create that engagement, create that following for people to actually see it because,
We took your carpet guy twice.
yeah, see? So, and that's great because you saw that, he's local.
Well, but I
and
mean, that's a prime example, Chris, is
Mhm.
getting somebody to volunteer to do that, because, you know as well as anybody else, everybody's busy, and especially
Mhm.
now.
Oh, yeah.
It's Christmas time, we got kids, we got school, we got
Yeah, you got
programs, you got,
someone to be the administrator for
and-
the Facebook page, and that's all they do, is like, hey, what do you got, I'll do the administrative for the Facebook page, and then bam, 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 you
Right.
know?
And that's essentially what we would need to have. Because I can tell you, I've started probably 100 posts, or I started them, and then, my 5-year-old calls me because I gotta go wipe her butt, or I gotta go make my son's lunch, or,
those
there's,
two things don't mix.
they do, because I wash my hands. I really do wash my hands. But, so I mean, the intentions are there, but I don't get back to it, or I get back to it that night, and I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't finish the post, and now it's irrelevant because it has nothing to do with what's going on now.
Right.
So having that person that would be dedicated to doing that would be fabulous, because, just to shoot them over an email and say, hey, can you please put a post up about this? Or hey, can you please put a post up about this? Somebody that actually can have the time to actually interact all the time and be that person would be fabulous.
Mhm.
Because no, I do believe there should be more interaction on the Facebook page.
Yeah, because even if it could be scheduled like once a week where you have like Monday or a Friday, one of the board members could easily, take 15, 20 minutes out, write a post or whatever, whether it's promotional or asking for volunteers or looking for, homeowners' input on certain events or exactly, something like that. It's just a matter of time management, just to, put, that post out there and set it and just, let it go. And you could also, I mean, with that page, you also have the ability to schedule your posts out. So you could even actually go in and schedule, say that Christmas lighting contest for the houses. You could actually go in and set up one post. You could even take some pictures with houses with lights on them and schedule those posts out for months out on end, basically. So you could go out every week so that it's actually done.
You're talking about the event schedule.
You can actually schedule that out, so that way it's done. And then that way you could literally sit down for like 20, 30 minutes, put those all in, develop them, and set them up and schedule.
Well, thank you.
Mhm.
It's a good idea. You just gotta-
And then that way there's more communication there with the community. You'll have more people access with 347 homes, and you back that up with emails coming out from Celtic, and you do that like once a week because I as a business owner plus with my personal email, I get over 120 emails a day. So for me, I have to be laser focused on what I'm focusing on and what is junk, because I will go through and just pitch stuff. If it doesn't affect me, or if it's whatever it is business wise, I have to focus on. But if it's something that I don't care about, I'm just going to brush it off and move on to the next one.
Chris, now you know about all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Is there a way we can we talked about this previously, take our Facebook page and just make it a closed page just for homeowners in our association?
Absolutely.
I know people that are on there that had moved away 2-3 years ago
Mhm.
that are still on our Facebook page and make comments, and I'm like, well, first of all, what do you care? And we're missing too many other people. How many people
There
do we
should
have
be-
listed on our Facebook page? I know my daughter's on there. for one.
But I know that there should be a way that, because.
You could lock it, make rules, and then you could also set it up too, so that the homeowners that are on there are actually verified homeowners, and you'd have to cross-reference that list
And we
of
do
actual.
need more emails. We did pick up a lot more emails last meeting, but we've been trying to get more emails because they can blast it and it may go to 65 or 85 or 105 homes, but there's 347. You know, we would like to have the open communication with everyone, like Bob, last year or the year before, he posted about some guy walking and trying doorknobs. And he posted that, and when I read it, and I went outside to let my dog out, and that car was standing right in front of my house, and I'm like, whoa. So I got on there and told him, well, the guy took off already, and then he, you know, how many people only saw that, 50, 60? Because we had just started the blast through Celtic, because he says, I need someone to blast this, and I called her right away and said, hey. So she sent them, they blasted it, but we need more emails.
Hey Bob, how is that Facebook page of the Neighborhood Watch going for you?
It's going good.
Yeah?
I have about 78 followers on there.
Okay, but you need 347, that's, see, that's
Yeah.
the trick.
And the only way to really get the 347 is,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
the next time you do a mailing is ask for people for their emails again and keep on pushing that, because in that way you could actually build that homeowner list, all their emails. For one, the emergency emails for, like, say, Neighborhood Watch, but then also to the informational emails of events, volunteer requests. Absolutely, and it'll save so much money on postage and printing.
That's why Felicia was talking about, what you were talking about
Electronic.
previously.
Well, that was,
Sending
my
electronic
question
newsletters.
on our budget was the printing cost that we didn't use this year. That was $900. And I said, wow, we saved $900, and then Tim said, no, that's because we didn't do the newsletters this year.
So
And the
we're
fact
talking
is
about-
that we did more electronic, but there are people like Rich,
Like Rich.
who do not have a computer. So we still have to send out paper newsletters, but we can send them to those people who decline electronic. So we can minimize that cost. We're still budgeting the 900, but we don't feel that
But
we're
then you
gonna
also
use
have
that
to remember too, that there's certain things
that you have to
within
send.
the laws, within the bylaws and everything else where, you know, the bylaws
The
specify
election
it has
stuff.
to be sent out by
But that
US
was,
mail or.
that was under the printing, Tim said that was under the printing and postage one, so.
But see, newsletters, I don't think fall under that. It's like
No.
meeting announcements, stuff like that, right? Yeah,
So we can spend
a lot.
a lot on those newsletters, or we can reduce that considerably just by having someone opt out from the paper version and go to the electronic version, and that's what we're really pushing, is the electronic version of the newsletter. Does that
And how long
save-
did the
how much-
21st
How much does it cost for one set of newsletters to go out? Approximately.
Yeah.
If it's a couple pages, let's say.
Yep.
That's a lot.
So,
So,
yeah, I was gonna say like 484 or something.
yeah, so we could save a lot by not doing that, and just getting the people to opt out of paper, or opt in for the, make it a positive swing, opt
Really
in
nice
for
if
the
you build a
electronic.
reserve. So we can get a new fountain.
Those were
With
mine, I
stainless
may have
steel
wanted
people.
them.
Okay, does anybody else have any more questions, discussions, anything?
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn to executive session.
I second that.
All in favor?
I.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
If we don't see you, everybody have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Oh, can you just leave your